All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's Mark Bacon again out here with Outreach. I'm checking and seeing exactly if our elderly people in the predominantly African American area actually agree with what Mike Feuer has actually been doing. Good morning, how you guys doing?
God don't give a fuck about the Muslims. God.
So we're in Leimert Park, guys. Eventually this will be considered a hotbed for crime also because this is actually the only area where blacks actually hang out. This is our pond. And I'm going to interview hopefully a couple of people up here. Take a good look. This is a guy I'm going to interview right here. How you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing all right.
All right, so I'm out here for gentrification, talking about Chesapeake Apartments and Mike Feuer, along with the high ramped up LAPD. And I want to know exactly what you know about the lawsuit. And first, I'm going to give you a little information about the lawsuit. Okay, Mike Feuer sued Palmer Management for a nuisance and abatement lawsuit where he claimed that the tenants were actually over there selling drugs and letting people sleep in their cars and stuff.
I live there.
You live there? Okay.
I live at 4823 West Martin Luther King Boulevard, apartment 4. And I've lived there for almost 13 years. And there is nobody sleeping in their cars. They tow everything back there, whether it's working or not.
Do you know why they're towing those cars? I'm going to tell you why they're towing those cars. LA City Attorney Mike Feuer said that the tenants, the people that had those cars back there, were allowing homeless people and drug dealers to take those cars. So that's why they're increasing the security, was taking those cars so Mike Feuer can have people come pay for those cars to get them back out of the impound. But continue.
Really, Mike Feuer is a nuisance. He's putting all them damn fences around us like we're in prison. And they want to put all these damn lights out so they can watch it and see what we're doing.
Okay.
I mean, it's going to be hard. It's nothing but old people live there like me.
Okay.
I'm in my 60s. I'm reaching for 70, and I have cancer.
Okay.
We don't even have bus benches to sit on. We used to stand, all of us. I'm on a cane. I'm on my way to church this morning.
Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you something real quick, sir. Michael Feuer, I believe, is getting kickbacks, right? When I say kickbacks, I mean that Michael Feuer has companies that he wants to sell stuff. See, Michael Feuer is on a big old mission to sell things. Those gates, those keypads, those cameras, and all those things that Michael Feuer are recommending that get put on Palmer Management, all those companies, he went direct to damn near where he wanted them to get the stuff, right? Because Michael Feuer has friends selling those keypads, selling those gates, selling those cameras, selling all that stuff. So he does it like this. If you're not going to buy Michael Feuer's stuff from his friends, he's going to take your property for his other friends. So basically, you're either going to give in or you're going to get put out.
It's either you do or don't.
Okay. Have you noticed any high police presence in your Chesapeake apartment complex?
Very large. They patrol our area. I'm a man on a cane. I can't even run no more. And they stop me. They want me to put my hands on a hot-ass hood of a car that they've been running in all day and all night. They want you to stick your hands on it and be moving. You're getting hit or beat up. So I have no choice. And I do have California ID and all of that. You have to have California ID, Social Security, in order to receive Social Security. And I've worked all my life. This is impossible and it's embarrassing that I can't bring anybody over here without police presence around. We can't be joyful and gleeful and praise our God the way we want to. Mike Feuer.
Did you know Mike Feuer recommended that you guys on Chesapeake Apartment have 500 cameras in place there, where you guys have 30 gates, you guys have 425 units. He wants to separate the Chesapeake Apartments and the Chesapeake 1 and Chesapeake 2. He wants to run gates all the way around that complex.
That is ridiculous, and it's ridiculous about them doing it now. Especially the guys, all the guys, I've not seen that one black person paint anything.
When you were in court, when the LA City attorney said that the Chesapeake Chesapeake apartment attendants should have nothing to say about what was going on, did you remember him saying that?
I remember distinctly. And I said, what? We don't have no say so if we pay rent. Our property is going to be paying rent in it. Why would we not have nothing to say?
You want me to tell you exactly? You want to know exactly what's going on Chesapeake Apartments? I'll give you the big story. What's going on? Okay, they're building a train behind there, right? So Michael Feuer wants that property. You remember when all you guys were calling in 311 saying that the place is nasty, it smells like mildew and all that type of stuff, how management not fixing the stuff? Okay, he has a big old stack of papers for that, saying the place is inhabitable. But so since he has that, Michael Feuer seen two videos that were filmed on the Chesapeake apartment complex 10 months ago. One of them actually at 150,000, the other ones are approximately at 200,000. Right now, these videos have alleged gang members with firearms inside of, but Michael Feuer still has those videos of where gang members are actually talking crap to each other. And this is the reason why this lawsuit came. He wants a gang injunction. But you would think that he would have took that video down, called YouTube and told them, hey, take those videos down and have them bring some kind of new system where they can screen possibly firearms used. But he doesn't want to do that, right? Because it's called control. He wants to control who's killed, when they're killed. That's why he closed up those gates so he can bring all traffic upside of Chesapeake where people are actually been murdered so he can control people being killed in one area. He has surveillance around Chesapeake apartment. Are you aware of that?
Now I am. Okay. I rode the bus to court and I seen all these gates and fences. And I said, my God, what is this man going to do next? What is he going to do next to affect our lives, our way of living? And really, this is the only black area left. I mean, they've invaded Watts and Compton. Now, what's going on right here?
We're the last one standing. All the way down the expo line. So let me tell you exactly what they do. This is how they get people. Say the liquor bank, right? They sit across the street and they film guys say they're drinking and they're hanging out there, right? They do investigation for 6 months. But within the paperwork, they say that, there's people's lives being put in danger, right? But the police sit over there for 6 months till they get enough paperwork to lock people up for nuisance and embankment. And then they'll tell the liquor store, say if you get a store that's hanging out, they'll walk into the store and they know a lot of people are hanging out in front of it. They'll say, hey, work with us. Let us know who's hanging out in front of there. If you see anybody smoking cigarettes, smoking weed or anything. So they'll go inside the liquor store and they'll say, hey, man, let us see your footage. So they start working with the LAPD, the same exact thing that they said working with Palmer. Then they'll come back after they lock everybody up, and then they'll go. Now the people that was actually going to that store can no longer go to that store because they're in jail. So they'll double back to that liquor store and they'll say, hey, man, you know what? We're going to have to close you guys down because we noticed you guys been selling single cigarettes for over 2 years. And within those 2 years, we've actually made 2 nuisance and abatement lawsuits for your company and up and down this block. So now we have to take your property, right? And we're not going to lease it back to anyone until we can lease it to the people that we can make a lot of money. Have you noticed on Crenshaw and Punch Street from the liquor bank, that lot is empty? Now have you noticed all the way up to Stocker, they aren't leasing anything all up and down here? Right here, they aren't leasing any more of this stuff to anybody because Michael Feuer can't make enough money with Daddy Days and small little haircut places. He needs to make these buildings that you see around here make more money for the city, right? And who has more money in the city? Well, I'm saying who has the less money in the city, which is the predominantly black people, which is in the area. But we need to get up this expo line right here to bring people to LAX to be able to commute. But we can't do that if we have nuisance people wearing hoodies and beanies and stuff like the stuff you have on your head and your dreads, which are inappropriate and don't look nice to the people that are going to be here. The guy that owns the Crenshaw Mall, his father owned the Foxhead Mall, which turned into the Westgate Mall, which he sold it. His son is in charge of the Crenshaw Mall, and right next to the Garfield Mall, the Garfield Pharmacy, that guy built those condos right there, right? And they cost so much money, no one can live in those condos in this area. They just built the Kaiser Permanente on Malton, between Malton and Buckingham on King. That Kaiser Permanente has not been in the residents around here. You know why? Because they have to get on the expo line and go to the hospital on Washington, the General Hospital. But now, when it's time to open the hospital all the way up, we have nuisance people walking around going to Buddha Wooders to get food, and now we have to find some kind of way eventually to make Buddha Wooders a nuisance because they are the last people left in that apartment complex, in that property that owns the city. You see all these empty lots around here. The city makes it his business. He makes it his business not to fix it. How do you feel about Palmer management as far as them not fixing up the apartments properly?
Palmer management have a lot of apartments. And if any of them have mildew in them, it's because the workers haven't gotten to them yet. But they're trying to make it better. And trying to do their best to make it work. And we have this guy. I mean, we go on to court and stuff all the time. It's very difficult. Practically everybody there is on Section 8. Like me.
There's 88 Section 8 units where you live at, right? There's 88 families. Michael Feuer is looking to push out over 1,000 families, right? So 88 of them are guaranteed to Section 8 people, which don't have money, barely have jobs. And the rest of them are going to be people that Michael Feuer is going to raise to have been in a high paying crime, or saying that one of your nephews or something that comes over is a gang member. Is it easy access now that Mike Feuer has had to lock up those gates? How can your family and friends enter the building?
My family and friends have to holler outside the gate now to get me.
Oh, that's kind of considered a nuisance, all that hollering and stuff. So did he make it easier for elderly people or harder for elderly people to
He makes it damn hard. I walk every morning, and this guy, I'm on my way to church. I had to go out of 2 gates. They painted the gates, and they didn't have no paint signs on it. I was getting paint on my hand on my way to church. You don't want to miss your bus, but you have to stand another 30 minutes.
Do they have a bus stop where you live at?
Yes, there's a bus stop right across the street with no bench.
Oh, there's no bench there. Oh, okay.
So a lot of people on crutches and canes and walkers.
Do you know who's in charge of that?
I believe the city is.
Yeah, no, Michael Feuer is in charge of that.
And he's not doing anything about it.
Why does he want you to sit down on the bus stop if he wants you out of there? Make sense?
No, it doesn't.
That's what's wrong. He doesn't want you there, right? So if we want to get rid of that area, we first have to kill off the power, right? We have to kill off the power. The youth is not the problem, right? Because they're gunning down the youth. You know who's the problem? You.
It's the older people.
Yeah, you're the problem. We don't need
We're
you
older,
here anymore.
we're older, and we know what's happening. They don't get black jobs up here. This is Michael Feuer's area.
What about when you try to use the post office? Do you have any mailboxes around your area?
Yes, right in the front of the front of our apartment, but they don't have locks.
What about for you to try to go to the post office and mail stuff? Is there any mailboxes where you can actually use
There is no mailboxes anymore. We have to go all the way to the post office
and wait in line?
and wait in line on a cane.
But you're on a cane, though, so that doesn't make it that easy for you to commute.
No, it doesn't. It's difficult.
As far as you're concerned, do you think Michael Feuer gives a hell about you commuting around your city?
No, by the time I get to my appointment, whether it's Section 8 office or the cancer center downtown on Grand, I'm already tired because I've stood up damn near an hour waiting on a bus. And the 105 is always late.
So when you see the cops rolling around now, what have you noticed them doing? Have you noticed that there are more cops or is there less cops since it's
There are more cops.
Do you think that you guys need those kind of cops around?
No, we're wasting taxpayer dollars.
Are you scared of the alleged gang members in your area?
I'm not afraid of anybody. I get along with everybody.
Do you think it's a higher chance for you getting robbed and killed by a gang member or alleged gang member, or you think it's a higher chance for you to fall down on one of those streets where you have to commute on a day?
I fell down on one of the streets,
You fell down. Where did you fall down at?
right in front of the house when they were redoing the road.
Oh,
They had no signs and nothing. And I fell down one night. I got up, went in the house, I hurt myself. All I could do was go to my room and lay down across my bed.
okay, I'm going to ask you something. Do you remember between Rodeo and King, which street's actually going to be Obama all the way down King to Kaiser Permanente? Do you remember when the street people were actually ripping up that street outside, putting down new pavement?
That was about 2 months ago.
About 2 months ago. Do you know Michael Feuer was in charge of that?
No, I didn't know.
Oh, do you know that he had to drive past that bus stop that didn't have any bus seat for you guys?
For old ladies, and when it rains, we all get soaking wet.
Oh, okay. So you trying to say they don't have anything like over your head to watch you guys?
You go to Beverly Hills, you see them.
Oh, what about Santa Monica?
Santa Monica.